Hello. How would you like to get unstuck emotionally after a toxic relationship? Thank you, my friend. How would you like to avoid making the same exact mistakes that you made in that past relationship and avoid attracting the same exact person who is like a toxic vampire and avoid that permanently? Thank you, my friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. John Rubio. This training, we're going to get into how to get unstuck, first and foremost, and secondly, how to avoid those common pitfalls that lead us in that same direction towards a toxic individual, wasting time in a dead-end, one-way street relationship. First and foremost, thank you so much for watching this video. I want to make sure that I edify you and build you up and give you quality content. So thank you so much for stumbling onto this channel or being a subscriber to this channel. I'm so happy that you're here, my friend. I'm happy that you're going to make me a part of your life so that way I can help you to not just move on, not just to heal, not just to recover, but to eventually thrive. I want to do so much for you on these series of videos. I want to do a lot more than just give you hope. I want to give you a proven roadmap that I used. So, can I tell you a little bit about myself? Thank you. And what qualifies me as your go-to expert? Yes, my friend, I was in a 13-year toxic relationship that was extremely painful, especially after the first 2 years of what's called the idealization, where that toxic person, I would say, bamboozles you, scams you, love bombs you, or they just trap you into thinking that there's someone that they're definitely not and never were. Once I said I do, they became someone totally different. Yes, the toxic vampire. The fights, the name calling, the screaming. I didn't grow up like that. I'm a pastor's son, which means what? Means I grew up with some spiritual principles. One of those spiritual principles is once you say I do, it's for life. Well, these people cannot honor a vow or a promise, especially when you want to leave them. They turn on the tears. They say how sorry they are, how they're never going to do this again. And eventually we go round and round and round we go on that merry-go-round called the abuse cycle. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Let's get into the training, if that's okay with you. That's all I wanted to share with you about my story. In other videos, I'll be going into a little more detail when it's relative to me helping you move on. So on this training, this might have happened to you, and please let me know if you can identify this. I have a very good friend of mine. Her name is Mary. She met Daniel back in high school. She was a go-getter, worked real hard, saved a lot of money, and helped Daniel establish himself as he struggled to build his company. Well, he eventually got off the ground floor. He became severely ill. She stood by his side. They were together for about 14 years. During his recovery and during the building of his business, he started cheating on her, started lying to her, started verbally abusing her, and just tore her down. So eventually they broke up 14 years into that toxic relationship. From there, she met someone relatively like out of one, right into the next one. See, let me know if you can identify with that. So this person, she ends up marrying, yet her mother tells her this is the wrong guy. Other people in her life told her that's the wrong guy. Well, she leaves her home state, relocates 1,400 miles away with this person for 10 years. It was just hell on earth. The first 5 years were the worst, and it just got progressively worse. But she was afraid to leave because he made a decent income. They had a beautiful home, just like the first relationship. Know what I'm saying? Well, my friend, what happens after this is a toxic nightmare. During the devaluation phase, this individual says to Mary, you know what, I should have divorced you after 5 years. It lingered for a total of 10. From there, the divorce happens. She relocates back to her home state where she now instantly meets her dream guy. Her dream guy. Well, the dream guy turns out to be the nightmare guy, like Freddy Krueger on Elm Street. You know, he was just a sick, individual definitely has histrionic personality disorder, which means he's just a super toxic freak, a nightmare. One lie after the other after the other. It's basically my friend Mary got out of the frying pan into the fire to even get to a worse fire. It's typical. It's typical, and it happens, especially when I was a divorce facilitator and helping people to recover after a bad divorce gone really wrong. I started noticing a lot of the same patterns. It's called codependency. Codependency. As an empath, someone who has empathy for others and is a fixer, wants to help others, we tend to stay around a lot longer than we need to these toxic people. So let's get into the training. Here's a takeaway. Number one, if you just got out of a toxic relationship, I know your self-esteem is just shot. I know you're hurt. I know you're lonely. I know you are craving to be with someone who gives you just a little bit of attention. Well, my friend, toxic people, especially narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths, can pick up on this. It's like they're sharks, they're predators, and they can smell that blood. Okay, so if you're hurting emotionally, listen, don't date. Stop. Heal. Okay. Number two, identify. Do you have codependent type personality traits where you always feel like you have to be in a relationship? You need to stop that and start dating yourself. Number three, the best love is self-love. So this is how you're going to end up falling in love with yourself, to build that inner goddess or that superhero. First and foremost, go to take a yoga class, take some meditation classes, go to the beach, walk through the forest, get reconnected to nature, to God, your spirituality, okay? Do that. Next, start journaling, writing down all the things you're grateful for. Take yourself out on dates. Go eat some sushi, go to a movies by yourself, or some girlfriends, or some of your guy friends in the gym. Just do healthy things, my friend. Once you have identified who and what you are and what you're going through, please leave a comment below, ask some questions, participate with me. Okay, my friend, I really would appreciate that, and thank you so much for doing so. I want to help you to thrive, not just survive. Sounds good? Well, as we close, my friend, like the video. I would appreciate that. More importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, so that way you can be part of this Thrive community. All right? I'll see you on the next video. I have some great content coming your way. I hope I got you enthused and excited in knowing that you're in the right place at the right time, about to thrive, because you've turned that corner from victim, from just survivor, to someone who really now is tearing that off and moving into your destiny. This is Dr. John Rubio. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care for now, my friend. Be well.